Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Friends, thank you so much for joining me here today. I know I say that in every reading, but nah, for real. Like, it's an honor that you would come and spend some of your precious time with me. Time is the one thing we can't get back in life, and I just want to acknowledge that. And in case no one has told you today or recently, you are greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. And so, my friends, I'm excited to jump into today's topic, actually. I'm feeling really good about it. It's something that I haven't covered yet. I hope you guys enjoy it. But basically, we're going to be getting messages from your future self. We're going to be asking, or we're going to be looking into, like, what's your higher self trying to tell you? Maybe there's something going on right now that I don't know, is holding you back, or maybe you're worried about things that you really shouldn't be worried about. Not saying they're not important, but maybe, like, I don't know, we're going to see what comes through. I'm coming from the perspective that, after going through many dark nights of the soul and freaking deaths and rebirths in the last, like, a couple years, I know a lot of us have. There's things that I wish that I even just knew last year, because now looking back, I would be like, you know what, just chill. It's going to be okay. And yeah, that's kind of what inspired today's reading. Let's see if our future selves can tell our present selves to chill, or if it's time to ring the alarm. I don't know. We'll see what comes through, friends. The first thing we're going to be looking into is a little bit about you, and that'll help us identify if you did in fact pick the correct group. And then we're going to be getting messages from your future self. And then we will be pulling some charms at the end. We'll see. Well, I'm going to let the readings kind of unfold on their own. So we'll see what we end up asking. So for today, I have 3 little spheres to choose from. I know they're not laid out like they normally are, but they just like to roll around. We're going to go, this is going to be number 1. We have this honey calcite, group number 1. Honey calcite. Group number 2 is going to be, I love this one, this little ghost ball, which is pyrite and clear quartz. That's one of my favorites. And then group number 3, we have a little clear quartz, another one of my favorites. This has really pretty flash in it. All right, friends, group 1, 2, and 3. Whenever you are ready, I will meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked this honey calcite sphere, then welcome to your reading, my friends. I almost started laughing because literally this is like the second time I'm trying to film this because the sphere just kept rolling around. So I finally just left it in the bat. They just have a mind of their own, let me tell you. All right, my friends, we are going to jump right in. First, we're going to look into you, a little bit about you. We'll see what comes through. It'll help you identify if this is the correct pile. I just noticed we lost a tea light, but it'll be fine. It just bugs me, but it'll be fine. Someone here might need to relinquish control, because that was kind of funny that I needed to get that off my chest. It's not that serious. All right, friends. I'm already channeling. I gotta warn you guys, the channeling has been real lately. It's been pretty cool, actually. That's how I know that I've ascended for whatever level I was at. I feel like I just stepped into something new, which is really cool, friends. And maybe that's where you find yourself as well. It's always a nice place to be after being in the dark, So if you're currently going through something, I already have the message that you're like at the end. You're towards the end of the cycle. You're very much encouraged to take charge. There's something about Aries season that might be important in your situation. All right, I can't even get into it. Maybe you're an Aries. Maybe you're someone that takes charge. You seem very reliable, very dependable. Even if you have concerns over your long-term stability or what you're going to do, maybe you find yourself at a crossroads right now. I don't know, friends. This is just what's coming to me while Well, I'm shuffling. Sorry if that went on longer, but the messages were just coming through for you guys. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for my group number ones. Thank you for allowing me this connection. I ask for clarity while delivering these messages, Spirit. Can you tell me a little bit about my group number ones? Can you tell us a little bit about group number one? So we have a lot of fire coming through. You might be a fire sign or it might be in your chart. We also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer vibes coming through. Your Venus might be in Cancer. Doesn't have to be, but there's something about the way you love. You're also coming in as someone who, like, I don't know if you're not into commitment or you have a hard time committing. And maybe there's things that you've wanted in your life that you just haven't really put the effort that is needed to get things going. We have Scorpio coming through. So water and fire signs coming through. When I was shuffling and I said, I think you're towards the end of a cycle. Again, I'm seeing that here with the Death card. We have the Two of Cups. I love it. More Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy coming through. So there could be a shift in a partnership, in a friendship, in a relationship coming through. But it's not in reverse. So I am almost feeling like something here is going to be changing for this partnership. Maybe that's what you're seeking. Either way, the change is coming. Oh yeah, the Two of Cups and the Lovers. This could definitely be relationship related. You could also be a Gemini with the Lovers card here. Doesn't have to be, but just since we're learning about you a little bit. I feel like you're driven by love, my friends. I really like this. It's a very beautiful energy. You're someone who wants love in their life. I don't think that it's been very easy for you to find the kind of love. And that's not just, I'm not getting just relationship vibes. I'm getting overall, like you're a very loving person. And it's almost like I feel like there's parts of you that I don't know why the word shed like came to mind. I don't know if you currently feel like this. Maybe you're shedding some feelings. I don't know, but I feel like they're leaving you feeling very unbalanced right now. There's something about your energy that's having a hard time deciding how to move forward. You want love, but you're undecided as to what to do next. I did just see the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's clarity coming in or a truth coming in as this chapter ends. I do think you are going to gain, I don't know if it's a new idea, Virgo energy coming through. Maybe you're keeping to yourself. I feel like you're definitely keeping maybe emotions or like when it comes to spiritual, like, yeah, with this High Priestess, I was getting like spiritual, I don't know if it's an awakening yet. I haven't, I mean, maybe it is depending, maybe you're just spiritual, and psychic yourself. I'm getting a lot of, like energy of someone who's intuitive, very loving. Yeah, there's definitely a level up coming when it comes to love, when it comes to choices that align with you, when it comes to like soulmates, whoever these people in your life are, if this is one person or if this is since we're looking at you, this is just like you're just showing up in this really like beautiful energy. So much love and soul connections is what I was about to say. Even though you're not really speaking on, you don't put your business out there. If this is a relationship, like you move mysteriously. There's like, it's just, I feel like that's what falls in line with you. There's an ending with a beginning. It's very beautiful. There's an ending and a beginning. And I felt that when I was shuffling your cards. I'm sensing if this is about your love life, there's a change that's gonna send you into the next chapter. It feels, I want to say the words initiation, level up. it's just it's like they're showing me a butterfly like emerging from the chrysalis is literally what I was just thinking of. And it's so beautiful because I think in your energy, I did mention Aries season, and this is about to be the start of spring. We're like at the very end. Actually, yeah, Aries is the first sign for spring. What am I talking about? We're already in March. So there's something really nice about this time for you because I do think that whatever it is that isn't like serving you anymore, it's elevating up in a nice way. You are going to leave behind like conflicts with other people. You're not going to be worried about the same stuff, and you're going to be living more authentically. You feel it there. Yeah, there's big Aries energy. There it is again, being shown the Emperor, someone who takes charge, someone who's like doing their thing. A lot of love though, and a lot of authenticity is what I'm feeling. All right, my group number ones, if this sounds like you, if this sounds like like someone familiar, meaning yourself, then welcome to your reading. Very nice energy. I like it. I like it. No matter what you've been through, I feel like this is going to be good. Whatever is ending and beginning for you is really good. All right, friends, let's look into. Let's change decks. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. All right, then what can my group number one's future self tell us about this time? What are the messages from my group number one's future self, Spirit? What are the messages from my group number one's future self? All right. They see you waiting and not really moving forward. They see you, we'll keep going. I was just shown the Emperor again. Man, you're being encouraged to be a badass. You're being encouraged to take charge. Whatever it is you need to take charge of, they're almost like, just do it. Yeah, there's something holding you back. We're going to keep looking into that. Movement. What are the messages for my group number one's future self, Spirit? What does my group number ones need to know? What's their future self want them to know? Okay, only take it as it resonates. My friends, this is a general reading. I'm only talking hands on the internet. I always like to put that disclaimer because I understand how certain messages can be triggering or affect you, but it's only my hope that anything you hear here in these readings is validating what you already know, because everyone is intuitive. Everyone has this ability to tune in when they listen to themselves, but sometimes it's really scary. So I'm about to tell you what I think deep down you already know and what's keeping you stuck in place. This is like literally telling you to get moving, get going, and leave. Whatever it is that is not serving you, you're waiting and you're sitting. Now, if this isn't your story, then don't make it your story. But this is for someone. This is for the person who knows that the situation isn't growing because it went from waiting for something to happen to just waiting, and now kind of there's like no movement. And maybe there's still a thought of it's still coming, it's still going to come in, but this is now we're in a delay territory. This isn't an energy that's moving anywhere. And I'm seeing resistance, uncertainty of how to move forward. But what your future self is telling you, that things are happening whether you are on board or not. I'm not sure what that means, but it's almost like if you're if you're waiting or if you're not waiting, like you're not stopping anything by waiting is what I'm getting from it. But they're telling you there's something key about the faster you actually walk away from what's not fulfilling you, that's going to be like what gets you to that world card. What gets you going. Because someone here is leaving. Someone here is a person, place, or thing. They're leaving behind. You're tired. It's like, yeah, it's not giving up. They want you to know it's not giving up. It's like now you're just tired from hanging in there is what it feels like. And it's time to kind of, maybe if you haven't been, there's something here about vulnerability and like putting the guard down. So if you've been feeling guarded, it's like time to put it down. It's time to put down the fight, the exhaustion, the yes and no, because it's delaying. It's leaving loose ends is what I'm feeling. It's slowing down what the universe is already laying out for you. So, like I said, maybe you're a fire sign, maybe you're an Aries, or you just express an energy of the Emperor, Aries energy, which is very assertive and bold and brave. And that keeps being highlighted to me. So only take it as it resonates, but it feels like it feels like it's in you. You're already this kind of person, and it's kind of asking you to tap into that. They want me to remind you that you have all the resources that you already need, and you can make what you want of what you have, but you have everything that you need to create the life or the next chapter, whatever it is you want to move towards. You already have all the tools. You're not starting from scratch when it comes to that. You're at an advantage, basically, but it's up to you to take your power. You're worried about being fair. Maybe there's even legal contracts keeping you from moving. That's not everyone's story, but it could be. I mean, you could be legally bound to something. This could be an apartment. This could be a marriage. This could be a business contract. This doesn't even have to be a legal contract. This could be like an agreement between you and someone else that's feeling you. Maybe that's what you're waiting on, but it doesn't. It's imbalanced if that's your story. This indecision is keeping you stuck. My group number ones, your future self, like, is really encouraging you to, it's almost like stuff is going to happen regardless if you make this decision or not. So you might as well take control of what you can and like do it on your own terms. So only take that as it resonates. All of a sudden I'm feeling very, uncomfortable, but maybe that's your energy that I'm tapping into. If it's whoever's listening to this that resonates with this, I feel it, and I'm sending you a hug. It's okay. Trust me, it's better to take control and take it by the horns than have it, the other way around with you. Does that make sense? So during this time of inaction that you're not taking action, like I said earlier, things are moving, whether you know it or not. Why the Eight of Cups, Spirit? Yeah, I freaking knew it. I knew it, you guys. I knew it when I was talking about take control. Friends, take control, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to be one of these people that gets pushed out of this tower. Metaphorically, of course, but what the tower brings abrupt change. It brings chaos sometimes. It brings, it's going to change the way that you've been living. It's going to change the circumstances. But for you, it's like that's what's kind of needed. And you know what this feels like? Someone is walking away quickly, like earlier I almost said like get your ass moving, like when I was talking about things are moving, because it feels like someone's going to be leaving fast after a time of not making a decision. But they really want me to encourage you to take control where you can, whatever that means, because this abrupt change is coming. While you're thinking that nothing's happening, bam, it's going to hit you. So whatever it is, friends, be ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So if this is a living situation, like that you already feel it's coming and you've been undecided about it, be ready. Have your stuff in order. If this is a relationship, like be ready. Like there's just like be ready, because I feel like you already know what it is. This isn't something that you don't know about, because you're undecided about something. You haven't wanted to make a decision about it, but the universe is deciding for you, my friends. Why the Nine of Wands, Spirit? Look at that. The Two of Wands upright and the Two of Wands in reverse there. Yeah. So if you, because earlier you were showing up as Hermit energy, and here's the Hermit in reverse. And sometimes the Hermit is in reverse is when we're coming back into action, but I don't like that it's with the World reverse, because it's kind of letting me know that there's a delay. There's things that need to be settled. Maybe they're outside of yourself, but there's a healing required, and maybe that's what you're doing now. Again, you're being encouraged to think about your future. Like maybe right now that you don't want to think about it, but this situation is going to force you to think about it. So drop the guard. Start thinking about your future. What do you want it to look like? They're encouraging you to do things differently, whatever that means to you. So if you have an idea that feels like it's wild, or it's like not what you'd normally do, or it's kind of like, oh shit, that would be crazy, but maybe that would work. Like there's something here like encouraging you to drop your guard and to switch it up. Like don't be afraid to do things differently to get to the place that you want to be, because wherever you're at now, you're not really satisfied. So you're not going to get to where you want. You're not going to get what you want like the next day. Like this is going to require a plan on your part. Like that's the thing, friends. There's some cool stuff waiting for you, but you're going to have to work. In Brittany's words, you're going to have to work, bitch. Like we're going to have to come up with a plan, work on it consistently. It's going to be a little slow, but that's because it's very logical and it's very practical and it's going to work. Maybe it's going to leave you feeling like there's something here, like where maybe your confidence isn't going to feel like, maybe you're going to be feeling on and off confident about your plan, but I would just stick to it. Yeah, I would stick to it, my group number ones. All right. Very interesting, friends. Let's see. So now that we heard a little bit about that, let's see what advice your future self has for you. All right, group number one's future self. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do you have for my group number ones? What advice for my group number ones? What advice for my group number ones from their future self, Spirit? Oh. Okay. Yeah, there's an avoidance energy or a detachment. There's something that you haven't wanted to think about that you're so dissatisfied with. And your future self is, there it goes again, the Emperor in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's kind of like, so the reason maybe you don't want to think about it is because like deep down, maybe you're feeling like you're not in a place to be taking a leap of faith like that. Or maybe you're just not feeling confident enough that you can take this leap of faith. But let me remind you, you showed up as the magician earlier. Like whatever it is you need to make the changes you need to make. Look at bottom of the deck is the same card, the Four of Cups reverse. Um, the key, the answer lies in the very thing you don't want to deal with right now, whatever that means to you. It's keeping you in an energy of feeling disempowered, but I feel like there's going to be a shift coming in, possibly in Aries season. This reading is timeless. I don't think I said that. So, I'm just mentioning Aries because it keeps coming up for you guys. Maybe one of you is an Aries. But there's also something about you being very non-committed to something and very hot and cold and very like, yeah, you know what? I'm just like, you get excited. I'm going to put those back because they kind of fell. But it's not enough to keep something going. Lots of fire energy. What advice from my group ones future selves? What advice from my group ones? I love it. You have a wish for a home, a marriage, stability, community. Like there's your future self wants to tell you that you can make this happen. If this is a partnership, if this is a marriage, if this is a new foundation, if this is the stability that you crave when it comes to your home, when it comes to your foundation, it's attainable. But the blockage is because there's a change you have to make in order to get it. And that's the part that is difficult. And my group number ones, this is beautiful. You were leaving with an 8 of Cups because there's a 9 of Cups. And then after this, you're going to have a 10 of Cups, which is the maximum amount of happiness in the tarot. Community, family, the dog, the home, the whatever it is you want. It's waiting for you. What else? What other advice? You're holding on too tightly out of fear, okay? Right now, evaluate. Maybe if this has to do with, sometimes it could be something like how we spend our money, and maybe that's what's holding us back. Maybe this is the things in your life that you've held on to because you're comfortable there, and you've been comfortable for a long time, but there hasn't been a progression. There hasn't been growth here. You're holding on to it tightly for the wrong reasons. There's a lot more abundance where that came from. That's what I heard. But there's a lot more abundance in that than whatever you currently have. There's more than that out there for you, waiting for you. But you have to put it, I already said it, you have to work. The Fool reverse. You have to work for it. Maybe you're not trusting this leap of faith, or you're not willing to take it because of how you think about something. Maybe you're not speaking your truth. Remember earlier I did say I see you living a lot more authentically. Your indecision, the thing you don't want to decide on, is keeping you feeling in this energy of not leading. You're not leading. So if this is just yourself, like I said, it's encouraging you to take charge and control of your life. But say you're a boss or you're the head of something, you're not really leading right now. You're just managing and maintaining, but there's no progress and there's no growth. Why the Knight of Wands? Wheel of Fortune. I like that. You're feeling very hot and cold about the circumstances changing for you. And your future self is asking you to have trust. By the 9 of Cups. So this wish that you have makes you very, very attractive, physically, energetically. You're thriving, you're creating, you're an artist, you attract people, you're the sun, like you're literally like you're the one at a party that people want to talk to because there's something about you. And it's tied into your wish, and I feel like it's there, but it's going to require you can't just wish to be that version of yourself, or It's like you're going to have to actually like, like put in the work to make some changes. They're asking you to remain hopeful. Like maybe here you've been questioning your investments, like where you've been putting your time, money, energy, and it's kind of leaving you feeling a little bit impatient. Maybe you also have to prioritize. They also want to they want to tell you to take care of your mental health because it's almost like up and down, like feeling positive and then feeling negative about it, which I completely understand. But there's something here that you've been fixating on that needs to be released because it's taking its toll on you mentally. I think that part of what it is, it's you thinking that you wasted your time or you made a bad investment of some sort. But that's just like part of I was going to say it's part of your story. It's part of like what led you here. My group number ones. All right. I like that. Let me see if I get anything else. This is going to allow you to heal your heart, and it's going to be long term. Once you enter this next chapter of your life, there's something about it. It's not just for like a season. It's going to be for like 10 plus seasons, whatever that means. It feels like it's going to be something that's like long standing. Commitment is there, investment, like enough to give everyone and be like a very stable. If it's money, it looks great. If it's a home, it's like building a home, making it a home, living there, growing there, like that kind of thing. If it's a job that's going to work out long term. If it's a new relationship, it looks like a marriage that's going to last. Even if it's not a marriage, it could just be something like that. Partnership, all of that good jazz. All right. You know what, my group number ones? I really liked your reading. I'm into it. I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope that wasn't too, the blockages. I hope that was helpful and gave you some form of clarity. Let's pull your charms before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else can you tell my group number ones? What does their future selves want to tell my group number ones? That one wanted to come out. All right. We have the tacos. Someone here might like tacos. The tacos heart pin. You do have a couple of hearts, which I like to see. Love in your life. That's why we're here. We're here to love. We have Know Your Worth, Baby. Right now, my group number ones, you do feel, you actually got 3 hearts. You do feel like you're in like not feeling the greatest about yourself, but I want you to know it's like you are amazing and you are strong and you are great. You're just not tapped into that right now because whatever you're not making a decision on or you feel like you don't have power over is the very thing that you're like almost like allowing it to take your power from you. And I know that that's hard to hear, but how many times do we give our power away without even really realizing it? And yeah, like, anyway, maybe that's something to think about for someone. You actually have more hearts than 3. You have 4. You have Do Not Disturb and the Love Motel Bed. I love this. There's something about R&R for you. Rest and relaxation, my group number ones. Loving on yourself. If this is a partner, like taking time to enjoy each other. I like that. Take a time out. Go on a getaway if you can. I love this. We have the Onward van. If you've seen that movie, it's a movie full of magic and I love it. I love that this came out for you. It rarely does, but you did pull up as the magician. And in this movie, like okay, I know why this is coming through. So in this movie, there's like all these mythical creatures that live like in quote unquote modern times. And they've all been disconnected from their magic. It's almost like colonizing, you guys. Like they got colonized and they didn't know they were wizards. They didn't know they could do all this magical stuff. And one kid taps in and it's like this entire journey of like going with the unconventional, trusting in yourself, knowing that you can create magic. And that is the message for you, my group number ones. You can create magic. I saw that more than once in your reading. Please go watch that movie. It's so good. We have You're the Sun in My Morning Babe, a Kanye lyric. I'm going to put that with your love pins because there's a lot of love in your reading. Maybe that means something to someone. We have La Chalupa. Anytime this comes up, it's for me a sign that things are going to start to get better. Like you are going to get to a better emotional and spiritual place, and mental health space is improving, is what I see there. If you've been feeling the weight of worries and stuff on you. We have the Mickey wearing the ghost sheet pin. Anytime this comes up for me, it feels like we need to be authentic and show who we are, reveal who we are, remove the mask, remove the sheet. We have ripe and ready to eat. I'm liking it. A couple of food pins, but also the situation has ripened and things are about to change. And we have the T-Rex eating the goat from Jurassic Park. Maybe that means something to someone. Maybe someone likes dinosaurs. I know my kid does, but mainly this is kind of like the circle of life for me. And also that death card, there's something about a rebirth coming through. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I will catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked this beautiful little ghost ball, then welcome to your reading, my friends. All right, let's put our little bat friend away right over here. These little spheres, I'm telling you, they just have a little mind of their own. All right, my friends, let's jump right in. Today, we are going to be getting messages from your future self, or higher self. I mean, you know, that works too. Basically, what do you need to know? We're first going to be looking into a little bit about you. That'll help you identify if you did, in fact, pick the right group. And then we're going to be getting the messages from your future self, and then we will be pulling some charms at the end. All right, let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages for my group number twos. Can you tell me a little bit about my group number twos? Can you tell me a little bit about my group number twos, Spirit? Maybe a Capricorn in the house, or someone who's very hardworking, very intense. Don't tell me you're negative. I just saw something about negativity, or like a little gray cloud in the sky. Also, fire sign coming through: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Perhaps someone who's a boss, people look up to. All right. Thank you for those messages, Spirit. Can you tell me a little bit about my group number twos, please? What's up with my group number twos? Man, for some reason, your cards are being a little funny to shuffle, friends. Sometimes it happens. All right, this is kind of showing you keeping to yourself, resting, meditating, turning to your altar, perhaps turning to these readings. There's something here about you just kind of being like, you know what? I'm putting myself on a timeout. I'm putting myself on a timeout because I need to gain clarity over some stuff going on in my life. Things were confusing for a while. Maybe you had a lot of options, and you're definitely seeking clarity. You might be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but you're very much in your head right now because there's a wish that's unfulfilled, or when you got it, it wasn't what you expected it to be. All right. Can you tell me a little bit about my group number two, Spirit? Maybe you feel like there's no progress right now. There's no moving forward. Now you're feeling like a little blocked off. I don't know if it's kind of like in your, I don't know if maybe your thing is blocking people or like not talking to you. not telling you what's going on, or not moving forward with that. Like there's something, I just kind of feel like someone put their hand out and is like, nope, not today, not doing it, is what I'm getting. Um, but right now, it just seems like you're very quiet. You're keeping to yourself because you're trying to seek the truth or some knowledge or a new idea because things didn't feel like they were moving forward and they just did not feel good. Emotionally, mentally, there's a lot of, I almost said anguish, and that sounds a little dramatic, but it kind of like, whatever this is, it left you really in your head. And right now you're in a timeout, is what I feel like. This could have been involving like a couple other people, perhaps. There's something with the three. Um, you're trying to heal yourself. You're trying to release heartbreak over things that didn't work out, whatever that is. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else can you tell me about my group number twos? For signs, we have Cancer, Pisces, heavy on the Pisces and Cancer. And then I mentioned air signs as well. Doesn't have to be, but just to help you guys identify. All right, we have Tower vibes. So maybe you're taking a time out because there was just something that it was big. There's something that's going to change the way you live, the way you do things. I don't know how out of the blue this was. I think this already happened for you. Whatever it is, it feels like there was a big shift and you're like, yeah, I need a timeout. You really, yeah, you're seeking clarity right now. You're also healing yourself. Major healing vibes. I like it. Like self-healing is going on, remaining hopeful over the options you do have and gaining clarity. Whatever this, if you just got clarity or truth, like there's a truth here that's trying to emerge, maybe it already did. It's like I feel like it's coming from within. It's not like news that you're getting from someone else. Like I think this is like your own, this is why you're going into your like turtle shell. Like, it feels like you're just like meh, you're retreating. But it's like you're tired of fighting. You're tired of defending. You're tired of being the one who's always fighting for things or defending yourself or other people. Whatever it is, it feels like you're there. There's a truth and clarity that comes to that, and it's allowing you to just stop. Like I'm not going to defend myself anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to fight for this anymore. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, so. Right now, it feels like the reason that things may also not be moving forward is because someone here is very emotional. Let's leave it at that. I was going to say emotionally something, but it's emotional. Whoever you're currently not talking to or blocked away from, or maybe it's a lot of other people. Like I said, I was kind of picking up other people. Maybe it's your family or it's something or someone or something that you've built for a really long time. Maybe this is just how you are, and this is what this is telling me. There's something very long-standing and consistent about not speaking, cutting off. This also, they want me to mention, because I like keep hearing it, when you listen to other people above like yourself, that's when you get messed up, whatever that means. Like maybe that means you don't trust yourself. There's self-doubt that you should not have, because when you're a very tapped in person naturally. And when you allow yourself to tap in, that's when you will start to like move differently through your life. There's something here. Maybe you listen to family a lot. Maybe they tell you things and you're like, man, I knew they were going to say that. And that's not what you wanted to hear. But it's not because it's not what you wanted to hear. Maybe it's what your soul like knew wasn't for you or wasn't right. Like I'm not saying your family is out to get you at all. I'm just saying sometimes there's people in our lives that have a different idea as to what, how, and why we should be doing something. And there's something about your progress not really moving forward or growing, that stems from that. If that's your story, you'll know. If not, don't make it your story. Someone here is pulled back their love and their communication. It feels, or whatever it is, you're like pulled back and cold, and that's not allowing things to progress. Why the Ten of Swords? So there was a very stressful situation regarding an ending or an inability to move forward and to level up. So if this is a relationship and you wanted to level up, like it's being upset over it not happening. If this was a job promotion that isn't advancing, or, you know, and you've been there a long time, like that's kind of what I'm seeing, that there's a delay here in the level up. There's also a message about you. So whatever you're heartbroken over, it had to do with your home or your the stable foundation in your life. Again, that could be a long-term job, something about long-term stability that you're having to get over, disappointments relating to that. I don't see that that's broken or shaky or anything. I just see like something happened that it hurt you, and there's like there's healing going on. There's lots of healing going on in your reading. With this moon card in reverse, it's almost like there was things that you were fearful of, things that you didn't know when it came to this situation. Sometimes this can mean that we are avoiding dealing with the things that scare us or our fears, like addressing them. And sometimes it means that we've healed through them. So it is a general reading. I am sensing that there's healing that happened facing your fears, because it allowed you to mend your heart. It allowed you to release this, like I said, sadness, disappointment, heartache kind of. It's something that really stressed you out. I'm seeing someone who's like losing sleep or staying up late. It could be over a partnership, a relationship, I mean, because I just did see the Lovers reverse, and no one's taking action right now. There's no movement forward. If this is a relationship, no one's moving forward, and someone's just stepping back because they need to gain clarity on the situation. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, my group number ones. If that sounds like you, then welcome to your reading. I never know, guys. I'm just the messenger here, literally talking to myself for hours at a time. All right, let's look into, all right, let's get messages from your higher self. We weren't even there yet. I'm like, I write down my little outline of the readings and I keep it on a post-it in front of me, because when I'm channeling, guys, like, I will just go on and keep going. I have to keep myself in check. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Deep breaths, my group number twos. Deep breaths for you. Spirit, what does my group number two's future self want them to know? What are messages from my group number two's future self? What do they need to know? All right, I'll stop there. What are messages from my group number two's future self, Spirit? What do my group number twos need to know? What are messages from their future self? Oh, come on. It was your group that earlier I said the cards were shuffling a little. They were being a little funny. This one's doing the same thing, but I don't know if it's your energy or what. Someone doesn't want to, I was almost going to say sit through this, and I was like, well, you could just turn it off. No, don't turn it off. Listen. What messages from my group number two's future self? Did we just have one that flipped, guys? I wish someone could answer back, but it's all me. I could have sworn I saw one flip. Maybe not. I'll keep an eye out for it. First, we got the Star card, remaining hopeful, and again, self-healing. Also, like being seen, being recognized, wishing on a star, make a wish, my group number twos. Look, the Queen of Cups came back upright. You can't, like, by you pulling away and remaining cold, or there's something about getting a hold of your emotions when it comes to whatever is happening. But there's so much love in your heart that's meant to go out. It's not meant to be withheld. And you know that. You're just kind of like ignoring it. But just in ignoring it, you might miss an opportunity for something. There's something about not taking action, but it's because so only take whatever sounds like your story, because it is a general reading, but there is someone here who currently is having a hard time thinking too far ahead. So there's a blockage when it comes to you thinking about your future and what you really want for that. Maybe that's what's kind of being ignored. You're also being encouraged, like, again, you're not meant to shut down your emotions or your feelings. You're being asked to tap back into love. And the thing that you're trying to avoid, the thing you want to be detached from so bad, it's like there's something here where when you tap into love, you get out of this energy of stress and like can't sleep, can't eat, can't think. Or you can think, but the only thing you think about is this one thing. And part of the thing that's affecting you the most in a situation is coming from an emotional standpoint, however you find yourself. So your future self also wants you to know that, I don't know if this is one particular person or people in general. The ones you aren't talking to are still watching you and they're looking to you. Remember earlier I said like you're seen or you're recognized or something like that coming through. And now I see why. There's no talking. There's just kind of watching. So your future self wants you to think about the opportunities that you do have. You may not be taking action right now, but there is something here, like don't miss something that's trying to come in. That's a loud message for you. Don't miss this disembodied hand from the universe that's trying to hand you this pentacle, this opportunity, this whatever it is. It could be a new beginning when it comes to work. Yeah, it could be work or planning. There's something here. You're being encouraged that to plan with love, to plan with empathy and understanding. There's something here about you being the person who's understanding and like making your plans based off of that. It's going to be slow moving, but it's very realistic and logical. So I like it. I like it. Time to start thinking ahead, my friends. Why the Four of Cups in reverse? Why the Four of Cups in reverse? So there's something here that isn't showing up like consistent or a provider. There's someone here who is like maybe an earth sign. You're getting lots of earth energy in this part of your reading. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Doesn't have to be, but there's a focus on material things here, whether it's a job, a home, money, stability of some sort. There's a king here showing up as someone who's being self-involved right now. I shouldn't say self-involved. That's kind of not fair of me. Someone who's choosing themselves right now, choosing to focus on themselves is what I meant to say. Why? I'm not really sure. But whatever it is, they're not showing up for you in the way that you need them to. Now, this could be a job. This doesn't have to be a partner or a friend or another person. This could be job. And the reason that I say that is because for some of you, I feel like there's job vibes going on here. So right now it's showing up as something that's only like looking out for itself and they're like ignoring everything else. So if you've been waiting for something to happen here, they're not really thinking about you. If this is you when it comes to another situation, it's like you don't really want to deal with it because it's not consistent. It's not, it's like this was the provider in a situation. Right now it's not providing what it normally could. They're choosing themselves. This is like not losing sleep over not moving away, not going away, not leaving. You're not stressing about who's leaving or who's staying. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Other people keep trying to tap into your reading. Only take that as it resonates, but there's something here about not moving forward and like not losing sleep over it. Also, I'm getting the vibes of like someone here like not wanting to get to a better mental, emotional, spiritual place. This could be someone else, but I don't know, guys. Take that as it resonates. You're stepping into this really beautiful energy, though. I feel like when you release this, um, there's something here about recognizing an opportunity and like taking it, making plans. It's gonna be good. It's gonna grow. It's gonna leave you feeling like I created that. I made that happen. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but this Empress energy is very beautiful. This Empress is not stressed out. Okay, like she's taking baths. She's taking care of herself. I only call her she because it's feminine energy, but really it's genderless because anyone can tap into Empress energy. Not everyone, but you can, I should say. This is very beautiful. Any project, if this is work and you get a new idea going, it's going to grow. It's going to be very fruitful. If this is a relationship, it seems good. It seems like it's going to give you what you need. It's going to leave you feeling appreciated. That's a big thing here. Is like you don't need to be stressed. You're too much of a gorgeous energy for that. My group number twos. What else, Spirit? What messages from my group number two's future self? There's just a lot of unknowns right now. Like, you don't know the entire, like, you've never walked down this path. There's lots of healing going on. Things are going to start to, they're going to come into more clarity as you start to step through and possibly like take someone or something up on this offer. If it comes towards you, if you have an idea, we did kind of see like you have like an epiphany or an idea or a truth coming in. And I feel like something here is really encouraging you to plan and move forward because it's going to be good. Even if there are fears involved right now, it's just because you've never done this before or you've never done it this way before. Something about the circumstances are different this time of how you're doing something. It is going to be very healing, though. I do see that. It could be also bringing clarity as to why certain partnerships didn't end up working out, whatever those partnerships are. They were just full of empty promises, but you're in for a new emotional beginning is what I'm hearing. Anything else? All right. Okay, my group number twos, let's get some advice for you. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. And my group number twos, future self, for those messages. I don't have the ability to see, but I wonder what that, like energetically, I picture whoever watches this and picks number two, like all your higher selves are like, just tell them this, tell them that, and don't forget that. Like, that's kind of what I feel, what I was feeling towards the end of that. Last minute things that were like trying to come through. Thank you, Spirit, for all those messages. What is the advice for my group number twos? What advice does my group number two's future self have for my group number twos? What advice for my group number two, Spirit? What advice do my group number twos need to hear? What advice? You are just such a loving person, aren't you? Even for people that have done you wrong, you've had to show up. But that's just who you are. That's why when you hold it back, it's so counterintuitive. It's going against who you are. Look at that. The Chariot wanted to come out reversed as I was talking about you holding it back. but that's meant to go upright because you move forward with love, my group number twos. It's beautiful. You're being encouraged to be understanding and just do what you got to do, as long as you do it with emotion. Because when you do it from a place of detachment, that ain't you. That ain't you, sis. That's what I just heard. We have temperance in reverse. Temper your emotions. You know, there's a situation here. You're not, I don't know if you're walking away or you're dissatisfied, but there's a new emotional beginning coming. New love. This is in the form of self-love. This is releasing negative thinking. I think when I was shuffling at the beginning, I was getting like there's something negative thinking going on. But this is really encouraging you to choose love. And I'm like thinking love for yourself is number one, my friends. I don't know if you, I'm not even going to say it because I didn't, yeah. The Knight of Swords here, it's going forward, having that idea and leaping forward. Not necessarily knowing all the next steps that come, because this Knight of Swords can definitely be moving quickly. But it's encouraging you to move, like move forward. There's something here encouraging you. You have lots of options in love, whatever that means to you, my group number twos. You have lots of cups, my friends. I kind of love, I'm not going to lie, I don't think I've ever gotten this combination together. But the fact that this Queen of Cups has so much love pouring from her, like her hair in the water, I imagine them like spilling down and overflowing to all of these. So it's like even if you have a lot of people in your life, options, whatever it is, I feel like there's enough emotion to give. It's asking you to be like emotionally stable. I don't know if there's confusion going on, but your future self wants to point out that you have a lot of options. And I'm almost hearing like it's kind of hard to go wrong. So, what that means to me is that all of the options you have will lead to something, I was going to say something good, but that's only for you to decide. If not all of them, you have a good opportunity at picking the one thing or the person or the place, whatever this is, whatever you need to choose from. It's like you're being shown a bunch of options because you can with any one of them. You can what? I don't know. Probably make what you want of it. We also have the Eight of Pentacles with the Chariot. I absolutely love this because this is encouraging you to focus and work. Decide where you want to put in the work and hone in on that. It's working hard at something, and that's going to carry you forward. Why the Temperance card? Keep in mind, this is just your advice. So your balancing of emotions has to do with releasing this Three of Swords, healing your heart. There's a real tempering that needs to happen when it comes to that. I'm feeling very, this Pisces season must have been heavy on you. This is a timeless reading, but I am filming this at the end of Pisces season. And I'm feeling like you had a lot of emotions coming through. And there's something about like letting it go, like whatever it was hurt you, disappointed. It's like in letting it go, you allow yourself to rebalance out, like take the pain and turn it into your healing. You're going to be getting news, maybe from a younger air sign, doesn't have to be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, someone who's watching you. Earlier, they were watching without communicating. They're going to be communicating. Maybe this is your future self encouraging you to communicate. Take it as it resonates. But there's going to be a new emotional beginning with this news, with this communication. It feels young. It feels nice. Yeah. So whoever that is, just know that you're going to have an opportunity for a new emotional beginning. It's advising you to, at least. It's letting you know it's there if you want it. Be careful how you decide to move forward. If this is communication, like it's almost like be aware of either someone, okay, this could be a kid, like a literal child, or this could be someone whose emotions are younger than yours, are like not on the emotional maturity level. You're being shown as the queen, and this, whatever this is a page of cups in reverse. It's something that is, I'm sensing tantrum, someone here, like about communicating, and it leads to, I don't know. I wanted to say tantrum, so just take it as it resonates. But when you do decide to move forward and take charge, if it involves communication, just know you might be dealing with someone who is not on your emotional level. So the way you say something, or the quickness that you want to do something with, is something at, they might be like, what? And I don't know, cry about it. I don't know. Anything else, Spirit, for my group number two's advice from their future self? There's that avoidant energy again. We'll see why that came up. Why the Four of Cups in reverse, Spirit? Who is this person? Oh, so this person, if this is another person, they're very much in their head when it comes to either, this could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Doesn't have to be someone who's really independent and single, but there's a codependency here, and someone's in their head about it, whatever that is. I don't know if it's financial, emotional, like mental, meaning this person asks this other person for advice too often, and they're being ignored. I don't know, guys. That's an interesting last message that came through for your advice. So that's probably meant for someone if it came through. And I see like victory. Like you're going to be seen, you're going to be recognized. There's something here about recognition, possibly when it comes to how you move forward, how you've worked for something. But there is someone in their head over here who might be, you know, the message here for someone may be that whoever is ignoring you, if you're currently ignoring someone, or if someone's ignoring you, or maybe like detached, they're really like in their head about when it comes to something they're dependent on, or someone here is like dependent on. I'm getting a lot of young energy. And earlier when I said, oh, I'm not going to say that, and I was about to say something, I was going to say maybe some of you have kids, and there's something here relating to that. All right, my group number twos. Let's pull your charms before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit. I don't like you when I do that. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. That Six of Wands just keeps wanting to say hi to you guys. All right, my friends. So let's see what other messages we get through the charms. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else do my group number twos need to know? What other messages do we have for my group number twos? All right. One fell in my lap. What was that? La Brea. Maybe someone here is from LA. Maybe there's initials here, LB. Only take it as it resonates. Fairfax District if you're from LA. Why? Literally, I just thought like Baldwin Hills, but I think like for years, my drive to work was all the way down La Brea. Like I'm talking about 11 miles down La Brea because that was the best option. So I basically lived in that area in the car. Maybe someone here has a long commute to work. There's something about driving that's like, that just like literally came through. Someone in traffic, maybe. Oh my God, look, and you got the car. That's funny. I was picking up those vibes, and literally I was like transported back to that drive. So strange. That might be for someone. I'm getting really heavy. I'm getting heavy Fairfax vibes for some of you. Melrose District as well. West Hollywood, all those stomping grounds, but mainly that. We have the T-Rex eating the goat. This to me is like very circle of life. Very like, for you, I kind of feel like this is you like taking charge. I don't know. Maybe you need to chomp on that goat and get it handled. There is the cat UFO pin. Anytime this comes up, it's High Priestess vibes. It's about tapping into your own intuition and trusting yourself. It's like inner wisdom is showing. I'm going to put that right there. We also have the Mickey wearing the ghost sheet. Maybe someone here isn't really showing themselves, showing them true selves. Also, I'm getting like someone watching because I see his little eyes peeking through the sheet. Someone's watching you. We have ripe and ready to eat. Maybe the situation is ripe. Only you will know. Something here about taking off a mask. We have two of someone creeping through a mask. So take it as it resonates, my friends. We have know your worth, baby. That is for you. Know your worth. Know what you're worth. We have aplácate, Spanish slang for calm the F down. So maybe someone here needs to calm the F down. Again, more driving vibes. Like literally, we have a street sign, a California license plate, and the Impala. Someone here drives a lot or something about a car. I don't know. Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. And then we have the vintage pot leaf pin. Maybe someone here likes the MJ. I don't know, guys. Only take it as it resonates. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked this beautiful clear quartz sphere, then welcome to your reading, my friends. Let's go ahead and put this little guy right over here before it rolls away. All right, my friends, so let's get right to it. I'm so curious to see what comes through in your reading. The first two readings were definitely different feeling and vibes. So let's see what comes through for you. Today we are going to be asking messages from your future self about what do you need to know now? What would be helpful to know? We're going to be asking for some advice, but first we're going to be looking into you. We're going to get a little bit about you, possibly what's going on right now, to help you identify if you did in fact pick the correct group, which I'm sure you did. Let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today. Ooh, it's been so interesting. I've been getting so much energy coming through. Spirit, thank you for allowing me to connect and giving me clarity while delivering these messages. Can you tell me a little bit about my group number 3, Spirit? Can you tell me a little bit about group number 3s? I'm sensing fire signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. If you're not, you're just coming off as you're a bright light, my group number 3s. You feel like a very, I was totally about to use the wrong word. I was going to call you a prismatic person, but isn't like prismatic like a prism, like with colors, you know? Pragmatic, is that, I don't, you know what? Let me just stop and let me just say you seem like a cool person. My group number 3s. I feel like your energy attracts people. Leo vibes. I'm also being shown Scorpio with that death card. All right, thank you, Spirit. What can you tell me about my group number 1s? We have the 8 of Cups. We have Queen of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming through. Doesn't have to be. But this is kind of showing me that right now it feels like you're leaving something behind, or you're walking away from something, someone, a place, person, thing that isn't fulfilling. You're doing it out of love and understanding, but you're like, this isn't it for me. This is going to allow you to heal with this 3 of Swords in reverse. We have someone else showing up. We have a Queen of Pentacles, possibly a mother. A nurturer, a boss, can take care of themselves, the home, their family, is a healer. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, a lost spark for something. Let's see what comes through. There's that Sun card again. I did see it earlier. We're going to leave it right there. The lost spark led to some negativity, or just not really like being very happy about something. Why the 8 of Cups, Spirit? What's up with my group number 3s? You took charge. You left something behind, or you're going to, because you needed to. You took control over the situation, or you could have been leaving behind an Aries, or some very masculine energy who's a leader. Could be a job, but I'm not really sensing. This feels like it's people. You chose yourself, you chose love, you were understanding, but you just had to listen to yourself. That was the best thing you could do for yourself. Ooh, I like it. I like that energy. Why the Three of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Why the Three of Swords? Okay, you're waiting. Why the Queen of Pentacles? Wow, someone here is really stressed out in their head. This Queen of Pentacles could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Heavy on the Taurus, doesn't have to be. But this person's stressed out, even though they're managing. They're showing up as being in like mental crisis mode almost. Which way? We're going to leave it like that. So someone here, you're not talking to someone. They're really stressed out. I don't know if this is the same person. The signs I'm getting are Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Aries. I mean, it could be anyone, but I just, those are the strong energies coming through. Someone here is feeling very negative about the home or about a foundation. If this is a job, it's like feeling negative about it. If this is a new home or a home in general or a marriage, something like that, that's very foundational. It's like coming with a feeling of not really being happy in the moment about whatever's going on there. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it could be better. Or maybe you're just like feeling negative about it. Like I said, there's like an inner calling. There's like an epiphany, an awakening, like whatever you left behind, it's because your higher self, like, which is funny because that's what this reading is. It's like you just knew that that's what you had to do. And I feel like that is what's currently happening or what already happened. You're showing up as very loving in the situation. I do see that during this period of waiting for something to come in, something to happen, something that you like wanted to build towards and you just knew it was just a matter of time before it comes in. It's allowed you to like heal yourself and like release disappointments when it came to whatever had kind of broken your heart. Maybe it was this that you had to leave behind, and now you're just kind of like waiting. There's someone here who is, I already kind of talked enough about the Queen of Pentacles, but like I said, this person's like stressed out. I refer to her as a she just because it's feminine energy, but it could be any gender. This person is having a hard time right now. So I don't know if it's you or someone else. I kind of feel it's someone else, but only you'll know. The roles could be reversed here, but maybe this person, if this is you and these are all you, then this is kind of showing me that whatever you left behind and now you're waiting on, you're like maintaining, you're handling the things you need to handle, you're showing up for the people you need to show up for. If you have kids, pets, whatever, you like plants, you like take care of them, you're like that kind of like plant parent, or maybe you have a bunny. But there is a feeling of like stress that's coming with it. So I don't know if you're hiding it or what, but you're maintaining this person is maintaining their responsibilities while also kind of going through it internally. There's something here they don't want anymore, or you don't want anymore. It was a spark that went out. Maybe it's unmotivated, uninspired, but there's also a lack of communication that comes with it. Could be with a younger air sign, doesn't have to be, but whatever it is, there's watching. I'm sensing there's watching in the distance, but I don't know, no communication, or yeah, there doesn't seem to be like communication. With this Ace of Wands, though, it's showing me that it's no longer like attractive, and maybe that's why you're not engaging with it. And when I say not attractive, that could really be anything, because how many times have circumstances in our life become what we don't want it to be, right? Yeah, we already talked about how there feels like there's something of feeling negative or like clouding the happiness when it comes to your home, your foundation. Very interesting. I'm just noticing here that there's like a purple sun at the top of this Four of Wands card, and then you got the sun in reverse. There's like two suns together. Maybe that means something to someone. All right. Um, could be Leo energy. I don't know. Maybe you've been seeing, I don't know why I feel like saying this, the pictures of of the sun. Like, not, I wasn't thinking of like going outside and looking at the sun. The image that I got in my head was actually like pictures of like sunsets or sun or something like that. That message might be for someone. All right, my friends. If that sounds like you, then welcome to your reading. Let's jump into messages from your future self. What does your future self want you to know? That was a funny little grab I did there. Thank you, Spirit. What do my group number threes? What are the messages from my group number threes future self? What does my group number threes future self want to let them know, Spirit? What does my group number three's future self want them to know? Messages from my group number three's future self. I'm being shown a decision that only you can make. Make sure to listen to yourself. Don't take outside counsel. Meaning like advice that you get from other people could throw you off your game. If you're like, no, I gotta trust myself. Only take it as it resonates. You'll know if it's your story. Clarity, a truth. Okay. Possibly, we'll keep going before I go into that. Thank you, Spirit. What are the messages for my group number threes from their future self? Clarity over a relationship or a partnership. This person feels like a soulmate. Could be a friend, a family member. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be romantic. In this case, there's something unconventional about it. There's a truth coming in about a partnership and something about it being unconventional or going against the traditions. We have the world reversed, so there's unfinished business here. There's a delay in wrapping up a cycle so that something new can level up and begin. We'll look into that in a second. Thank you, Spirit. What do my group number threes, future selves, what are the messages? What do they want to let them know, Spirit? We have the High Priestess. I love that. I was shown that earlier, but it was in reverse. That's why I said, like, be mindful of who you listen to, because there's something here that only you can know. Like, I think this truth and clarity is going to come from your own self. It's almost like an epiphany about a partnership, and it challenges the tradition. So maybe we'll look into if this is something new that's coming in for you that you don't know about. I don't know if you already know about it, because these are messages from your future self. The message is to start thinking about your future and what you want to do, and don't be afraid to take bold action when it comes to that. Strong message about listen to yourself. And I think you will be. I don't think you're going to be speaking too much on what it is you're actually doing or what you're planning on doing. You might be keeping it to yourself because you're very like in tune. I like this energy. It's very intuitive. It's moving about in a way that makes the most sense and feels the best for you, even if to the outside it doesn't. There's something about your situation. Which way did that want to come out? There's something about your situation that's going to challenge the traditions, the norms that are placed upon you, whatever that might be. It could school, how a relationship functions, like whatever that is. It could be anything. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. It did kind of come out reversed, upright, sideways. We'll just put it upright. But I like that with the Ace of Swords, because I feel like this clarity, this epiphany that's coming in is actually going to change the circumstances for you. With this Wheel of Fortune, you're going to be turning up and land at the top of the wheel, meaning things are going to flow. It's like meant to be is what I'm feeling. Meant to be, but we'll see what that World card is. The Knight of Wands keeps wanting to show it himself. Of course he does. He's fun, he's attractive, he's a good time, but you also never know if he's going to you also never know if he's going to DM you back or even text you or when you're going to hear from him again. So I just want to mention that for someone, but look at, oh my gosh. Like, for real, this fool was like, I heard you say my name, and was like, yeah, I'm coming through for sure. So you might have a new, you might have a new, like, someone new coming in. I don't know if they're new. There's someone showing up here. That's like I said, real fun, real exciting, but not the most dependable, not the most reliable. But I think it's going to be fun for you because it feels good. There's a nice connection here. There's a nice partnership. If this is a friend, again, they're exciting. They're so fun when they're around. They bring excitement. They get you going. And then you're like, oh, but I don't really see them that often. If this is a romantic, partnership. I don't even know how to talk like that anymore. I'm like so far removed from that world right now that it's nice to enjoy it through your reading, my friends. This feels really passionate, really fiery, but again, like you don't know when you're going to hear from them. I'm seeing quick communication. They want me to let you know they're coming. Your future self is funny. I like the energy that this is getting me in. They want to let you know this person's going to be moving in quickly, not moving into your home, but like moving into the situation. But they're going to come and go. But maybe you're fine with that, because at the point that you're at, or maybe this is just what works for you. Whatever it is, it's meant to stir you back up, your emotions, your passion. I don't know, your body, whatever that is to you. My group number 3 is why the Guru in reverse, Spirit. Non-traditional. There's it's like it's like this situation, you're just gonna know. It's not like anything you've done before. I do think it's gonna, there's something like, it feels like a spiritual level up. It's kind of funny. So regardless of what this is or what it turns into, I mean, I think that for however this is and how it shows up for you, I feel like it's what you need in this situation. And that's what your future self wants you to know, is that this is actually exactly what you needed to get your spark back. Because right now your spark, like, the matchbook is wet kind of feeling, like it's not sparking, and there's something here that's going to like ignite you back into that, getting back in touch with that part of yourself. There's an awakening coming through. There's an inner knowing. There could literally be like a call. It could literally be like a message that I'm hearing someone say, like you answered it, or something here that can't be ignored. Again, it's not. It just feels different than what, quote unquote, traditionally you would expect. Why the world reversed, Spirit? Why the world reversed? What is their future selves? My group 3's future selves want to tell them about this world reverse. So it feels like there's someone here hasn't wrapped up a cycle. A masculine energy is coming through. I mean, this could be you or someone else. Something, maybe a father. Doesn't have to be male. It's just the energy is masculine. But there's like unfinished business when it comes to this person. Could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius that comes through. I think you're waiting. I don't know. I'm going to pull one more. There's something about waiting. Maybe there's even a physical distance. And that's why if there is a physical distance between you and a person, it leaves things like there's unfinished business here, whatever that means to you. And maybe it leaves you like waiting. And the 8 of Wands here, that could even be you traveling, like you moving quickly towards this person. And that's why it shows up in Knight of Wands energy, because it's like sexually driven at that point. That's for somebody. That's not going to be everyone's story. You guys are like, I wish that was my story. I'm just kidding. Whatever that is for you, though, my friends, it feels like it's coming in hot and heavy, fast. Let's pull one more. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles from my group number 3's future self. Wait, what happened here? It is maybe someone you want commitment from. You're waiting. There's a delay, though, if you want commitment from this person, and I feel like there might be a little bit of a delay, but only take it as it resonates. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. Man, this person's gonna like take charge. Maybe you're waiting for them. Maybe this is you. Someone here is ready, like down for commitment and like taking charge, but there is something about time. There's a time factor here. Maybe that's what what you've realized. Maybe that's the truth that's come in for you. That, you know what, if I want this, it's going to be untraditional for a while because I'm left waiting until we can get this going. There's a time factor for your situation. But this person's like, I'm picturing like a bull before it gets released into the bullpen, and it's just like wild style, ready to like get in there. Oh, interesting that I worded it that way, but it's kind of what it feels like. This person's ready to take charge, but there's a wait here. Why the High Priestess? You're defending your moves, or you're being advised to. Your future self is literally like, be careful who you tell your plans to or who you're sharing things with. I'm not like, not to say there's like bad people around you, but it's almost like don't let anyone fuck with your vibe is literally what I'm feeling, because you're going to end up having to defend your actions or your reason, like whatever it is. I feel like there's something that you have to like be defensive about, and that's part of the message. Why the Two of Wands here? So I feel this is going to be kind of slow moving, and maybe that's where I was kind of sensing, I'm sensing a little bit of disappointment, a little like bummed out feelings. Like I'm not seeing any major thing, but it just kind of feels like because maybe it can't happen right now, or there's a distance or a time factor. There's someone here is waiting, and I feel like you have the clarity on that. Like I feel like you understand that, but at the same time, maybe sometimes like depending on what day it is, the moon cycle, I don't know, maybe it hits you different at some points, but it feels like it's really slow moving right now, if possibly even not moving at all. And it's this is encouraging you to think about what you want. Think about what you want your future, like what is it you want to do, like, and it's encouraging you to take action, take bold action, and be confident is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the world reversed again, but I am seeing movement forward. Like you're being told this isn't going to level up in the way that you want it to right now. There's a time factor. The stability, the desire is there, but something can't be consistent enough right now. Maybe if this is your story, you'll know what that means. But you're being encouraged to create, to move forward with passion, with excitement, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to be bold and beautiful and doing things that are outside of how you would normally do. There's a really clear message here about you breaking away from a rigid tradition or something that just doesn't fall in line with your situation. Like, do it your way. I like this. Take control. I see you moving forward, and I see there being a nice balance, a nice give and take. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna. I feel like the confidence thing is really nice. It's a really nice energy to step into. Lots of fire energy coming through. Let me see if there's anything else. All right. My group number threes. Let's see. I was going to say, I just lost track. Were these, was this advice? Yeah, this was advice. Jeez. Y'all, for real. When I'm channeling, I'm just like going for it. Friends, I was like so lost in the ethers in your reading that I actually had to go back and see if I pulled advice for you. Good Lord. And no, I did not. So I'm glad I went back and looked. Let's ask for your advice. Advice from your future self. What advice does your future self have for you right now, Spirit? What advice do my group number threes need to hear? What advice from my group threes future self? What advice from my group threes future self? What advice from my group threes future self, Spirit? There's that. Oh my gosh. We're going to put him back, okay? Yes, we know. We know. Someone here, this could be you too. I don't know. It could be the other person, but moving forward quickly with passion. Just make sure that what's driving you is enough to keep you going and not something that's going to fade by tomorrow. And if that's someone, if like we talked about earlier, this situation, a person, it doesn't have to be a person, but it kind of felt like it was. They're just coming in real excited, but it may not last long. In whatever which way. So there's that Two of Wands. Your advice is to think on the future. There's something here. Don't look back. Look forward. Don't look back as to what didn't work in the past. What that's behind you. And you know, I never have read these like that, but the vibe I'm getting is this person's back is towards this relationship that didn't work out for a reason. It's in the past. Look, you're leaving it behind. There's something here. Leave it behind. If it's like emotional or like mental baggage over things that happened in the past, like that's not part of your future anymore. It's time to look forward. It's time to move ahead. There's also something here about you might be romanticizing the memories. If you like, it's almost like over what is that called? Like when you're just like thinking in the past a lot, and it could be holding you back. There's something here about the thinking about the past that's holding you back, even if it's like I don't know if you still miss someone, or I don't know, but there's something here about things that they're in the past for a reason. It's time to look forward. It's time to think about what you deserve, what you want. It's time to be positive about the forward direction of where you're heading, is the other thing I'm hearing. What advice for my group number threes? Yeah, there's an end of a chapter. Something here is coming to an ending of some sort so that a new phase can begin. This ending has to do with friendships, jobs, opportunities, something that you were working towards with someone else. They just didn't work out. Or someone here was like, here I go, trying to use bigger words. Advantageous, is that a word? I don't even know if I said it correctly, but basically someone came in and took what they wanted, took advantage, took oh my God, I just got like the Kanye lyric when he's like talking about you left your fridge open and like someone just made a sandwich, or like basically someone came in and made a sandwich and left you with nothing. But there's like an ending when it comes to that, and leaving those kinds of friendships, partnerships, whatever it is behind, because you haven't been speaking your truth about it. I feel like I feel like you haven't been expressing how, like, your boundaries, perhaps. Like, there's something here where someone came in and, like, took from you, and it was like in the past. And maybe that's the fear. And earlier I did say that whatever's coming in feels balanced and like give and take, because we did have those Six of Pentacles. We have the Hangman. So take your time. Like, just because you're not like taking action right now, or at a time when there is inaction, um, it's a time to think in your future. It's also time to be authentic. Line up what you're doing with what you want, because you haven't been speaking it. So it's time to start moving towards what you want. Also, there's something, loose ends again when it comes to a partnership that didn't work out. I feel like this has to do with the past. Like I said, there's something here that is delayed, or it can't wrap up so it can level up. There is an ending coming though. Um, there's there's a lot of thinking in the past, and you're trying to gain clarity, and maybe you will. Just be careful not to get stuck in past memories. This ending with this Death card and the Chariot is chef's kiss, my friends. Beautiful. The fact that you have forward movement that comes with death, whatever is coming to an end is only going to propel you forward, and you're going to be able to move forward. With the situation, when it comes to whatever it was that didn't work out, friendships, situations, someone who came in and took more than they gave, it feels like there was a lack of courage, or a lack of like addressing the issue that's coming up. With that Strength card in reverse, someone here wasn't speaking their truth and being truthful. Look, oh my gosh, look, I can't even make it up, guys. You got the Queen of Swords 2 times, one time in reverse and one time upright. Um, Whatever, there's something here about not wanting to make a decision or being undecided, that you need to gain clarity on, and you need to clarity on, and speak your truth. There's an encouragement here to speak your truth, and also boundaries, my friends. For you, boundaries is coming through. Anything else, Spirit? Any other advice for my group number 3s? We have the Ace of Wands and the Justice. So restoring balance, bringing it back into balance, and it igniting a spark within you, making something right. There's a very exciting, like, new opportunity here. It's like, yeah, it's like sexual energy, and it could be, and maybe that's what's going to make it right. I don't know. That definitely is not for everyone, but there's something here about bringing something into balance, and you're like, that's what I want. It's like igniting that spark again is what I'm feeling. Your spark needs to be ignited, and it will be. My group number 3s. You also have the Magician at the back of the deck. I love this for you. You can create anything that you want. You have all of the resources. You know all the things you need to know. You have the knowledge. Like, you can literally pull a rabbit out of your hat if you wanted to. I love that. That was a reminder for you. Like I said, I'm just going to mention it one more time. Something about boundaries and speaking your truth coming up for your advice. Thank you, Spirit, and my group number 3's future self for those messages. Let's pull some charms before we wrap up your reading. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What else can you tell my group number 3's, Spirit? What else do my group number 3's need to know? That one want to come out? We'll pull. Oh, that T-Rex has been coming out for everybody. Did someone watch all 3 groups and it's following you around? The Circle of Life. This is the Death card. Death and rebirth coming through. Maybe someone here likes T-Rex, Jurassic Park, all that fun stuff. We have the Melted Mickey pin. So I'm getting, maybe I just thought amusement park vibes. Maybe someone here likes amusement parks. We have the heart tacos. I love tacos. Maybe someone likes tacos. Who doesn't? I mean, I guess it depends where you're from, but where I'm from, we love tacos. We have the Sexy MF. This is tapping into that Queen of Wands energy, like being so attractive, leading with your passions, and going after things boldly and bravely. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me type of way, We have the Minnie Mouse Dodger ears. So baseball, sports, stadium, Dodgers, LA. I definitely sense there's a Mickey fan here or someone, um, maybe it's like nostalgic for you, childhood memories. We have I don't believe in humans. Maybe there's a situation that left you questioning that anyone good could be out there, that good exists, and that's part of the things that you need to leave behind. Also, I get Aquarius energy anytime I see a little alien like that. Maybe someone here is an Aquarius. We have the move in silence pin. So this is like that high priestess vibes, like picking and choosing who and what you share with. And the last one we have is hello there, but the O and the T are blacked out, so it looks like hell here. Maybe that's how you feel right now, but all is not as it seems, my friends. There's a tinge of negativity when it comes to certain things in your life, but I think it's because of that time factor that's kind of leaving you waiting right now. All right, my group number threes, that is what I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed your reading, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.